everybody, welcome. My name is Ro. I am a narcissistic abuse survivor and coach, and I help people heal from narcissistic abuse. Today we're going to be talking about why it's so hard to leave a narcissist. We're going to be talking about the reasons why you stayed, how to get out, and I'm going to answer any questions that you have for me about narcissistic abuse. So feel free to drop any questions you have in the chat. Come on in, tap the screen, share the live if you want. It's been a minute since I have been live, so this is going to be a nice hour of Q&A and chatting about narcissistic abuse. So just come on in. Thank you, Genevieve. I appreciate you guys with the love badges. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for sharing the live. Megan or Megatron. What's up, everyone? Hi, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, it's really difficult to leave a narcissist, isn't it? Really difficult. I'm not taking any multi-guests right now, so I'm going to cut that. Turn that off. Yeah. You've helped me so much. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm here to help. So if you're just coming in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, 15 years with 2 romantic relationships. And I am also a certified life coach. So I offer coaching, I offer group coaching. I'm part of a group called the Narc Avengers, which help people heal from narcissistic abuse. And I'm here to talk to you about what's been going on up here when we're stuck with these narcissists and we feel like we cannot get out of the situation. You know how hard it is to leave a narcissist? Can we be trauma bonded even years later? Absolutely. We 100% get trauma bonded years later. Trauma bonds can last a freaking lifetime if we don't heal from it. I do not know if you're a narcissist. That's something you have to ask yourself. Do you have the ability to self-reflect? Do you have the ability to take accountability for some of the things that you've done to other people? Right? Hey, I've seen you in a lot of the anonymous help groups. Have you? So have you been in the situation where you're stuck with somebody and you don't feel like you're comfortable being yourself? You don't feel like you can be you? You're not happy sharing your good news with them, right? And you don't feel good sharing your bad news. You can't even share your trauma. You can't even celebrate your birthday. Do you feel completely trapped and stuck? 14 years, right? I actually was with a narcissist for 14 years. Eggshells. But when we good, we good. But how long does it last, right? How long does it last? And I can't fix anybody. So if you're asking, someone's asking, can you fix me? You can only fix yourself. And even after they pass away, the trauma bond can still be there. We want to heal from the abuse that happened in the relationship, whether they're in our lives or not. They can still affect us up here even when they're completely gone. So, if you're stuck in a trauma bond and you're stuck in an abusive cycle, understanding how to get out of it is going to help you. Hey girl, you're amazing. Thank you for everything. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. I miss him, but I've been doing some inner healing. Amazing. It's okay to miss what you thought things were. It's okay to miss that. When you think you miss an abuser, someone who has been abusing you, you have to miss, or you have to ask yourself, what do you miss? Jeff, what's going on, my friend? What do you actually miss? Do you miss this abusive person? Sorry, I just had to had a little weird sound. Do you miss the abuse? Do you miss being gaslit, manipulated? Do you miss being lied to, cheated on, stolen from? Do you miss all that? Or do you miss the fake person that they pretended to be so that they could abuse you, so that they could eventually manipulate you? Right? Who do you miss? Chris Cassie, welcome. Hi, Ro. What's up? Here to see the glow ups. How's it going? Is this Yuri? I can't see the names anymore, so I don't know who's who around here. You should go to the grave and shoot a tombstone. It will give that one relief. I don't know about that. This all hits so close. It does, right? So it's interesting to think about what is it that stayed in there. So what I want to talk about is what is it that keeps us stuck in these relationships. Happy to see me on. I know I don't go on very often because I'm so busy with work, but I've been catching up so I can come on and be able to go live. I miss nothing about my ex, but I miss wanting to spend my life with someone as I no longer feel that way. You miss that feeling. We are allowed to miss the misconception that we had of them. We're allowed to miss that. But what we had of them was just a misconception. It wasn't real. None of that was real. Unfortunately, the relationship was a cycle of abuse that kept you stuck in it, kept you in a space where you no longer know yourself, where you no longer trust yourself, right? How do I trust when it feels like most men are the same? It feels like that because this is what we're used to. When we get super used to a relationship that's unsafe, we get stuck in feeling like everyone's like that because it's like being institutionalized. So it's like being so used to the jail cell that you were stuck in that when you finally get out and you're released from jail, you're out there in the real world, and what feels like home is the jail cell. What feels like home is the abusive person. And we sometimes might gravitate back to an abuser because we're stuck in this place of, hey, this is what feels safe for us. So what we have to actually do is educate ourselves and have a little bit more awareness and knowledge about what narcissistic abuse really does to us, how it does affect us in our lives and our mental health, and learn about it, read about it, understand what you went through, dissect your situation, your relationship. Not all men are the same, just like what the girls look at. Exactly. Right? So we just have to really understand what we went through so that we can trust ourselves again and that we feel okay being in something healthy and can recognize what is healthy. So I've written a course called Healthy Dating After Abuse. It is on the Narc app. If you go to the link in my bio, you can see where you can download it, or it gives you access to the website, the Narc app, or it's just narcapp.com actually. And it stands for Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Community. And I've written a course called Healthy Dating After Abuse, which helps you just understand who you are, how to trust yourself, how to get back into the world again and step out into this world of dating and look for someone and figure out what healthy looks like. Narc app, yes. So go to the link in my bio. You can download it, or it gets you now to Raw Motivation is the one that Ben Taylor, he's the one who created the Narc app, and it'll get you to his new website, narcapp.com, where you can download it on your phone and have access to all the courses on that website. To find what I'm trying to become and heal from, yeah, mama, you got to do it. You have to be able to understand and label what you went through. The reason why narcissists are the way they are is because they were not allowed to actually identify, label, and feel their emotions. They weren't able to regulate the emotions because they weren't able to feel it. So that could have been a parental neglect, or that could have just been the way they coped when they were younger. But they weren't allowed to feel their emotions. So in turn, they become emotionally stunted. In turn, they become emotionally immature. They are almost like these toddlers that never got past childhood as far as emotional regulation. So what do they do instead? Hello, Brittany, welcome. What does a narcissist do instead when they cannot regulate their own emotion, feel their own emotion, and have this way of labeling, okay, I'm angry. That's an emotion. Okay, I'm going to label this. I'm angry. How do I cope from it and come down from this? They don't know how to do that because they were never taught to do that. It was safer for them to just be in this place where they could just put the emotion onto someone else. So they are these grown ass adults walking around like toddlers, right? They're walking around like toddlers. Question, how did I learn about the narcissistic abuse cycles, all of that stuff I learned? Everything that I learned are from books, from content creators who are amazing. I would recommend HG Tutor, who is on YouTube. I would recommend his stuff. I would recommend Dr. Ramani on YouTube. I would recommend following all of the Narc Avengers like myself. Every book that has saved my life and taught me everything I need to know about narcissism is on the link in my bio. So the coach recommended by Coach Ro, there's a list of books. Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft. Psychopath Free by Jackson McKenzie. Love You More by Carrie McAvoy. Those are the top 3 that I would recommend to just get started. Hello, Ben the Monster. How's it going? Who first taught you, though? What opened your eyes to narc abuse? The abuser that I was with for 14 years. Thank you for asking that. I was married to a narcissist for 14. I was married to them for 7 years and with him for 14 years. And he taught me everything I need to know, really, through my own experience. And I took that experience and I learned from it. And now I'm helping other people identify it, because it's really hard to identify this style of abuse. This style of abuse can be really hard to depict because it feels and looks real. This is where the gaslighting comes in. You have been gaslit this whole time that you were with this person, or if this person is your parent or a friend, somebody who's in your life that manipulates you so much that you have to question your own reality, that you have to question what it is about this situation that feels off, feels weird. There's something that's feeling off. And what gaslighting is, someone's asking what it is, it's basically somebody who changes your perception of reality. It comes from an old play in the 40s called Gaslight, where this husband told his wife that she was going crazy by telling her that everything was normal. When she started to notice things, he would deny her reality. The lights would go off like that. And she would be like, I can't see anything. Did the lights turn off? And he'd be like, no, I can see perfectly fine. And she went so crazy that she just checked herself into a mental institution. And it worked. She thought she was that crazy because he lied to her and made her question her reality. That is gaslighting. That's literally gaslighting. That's where the term comes from. When he turns down the gaslight so low that she doesn't know what's going on, she can't see anything, she's blind to reality, but he's sitting there pretending that the lights are still on. That's when the narcissist moves shit around on you. That's when the narcissists can lie to you and say that they never said that, they never did that, that's not how it happened, it was just a joke. None of that's real. That never happened, right? That's the same thing. Manipulating is getting them to do something that you didn't want to do. Gaslighting is changing your reality. Both take lying, both take deception, right? Something that you learned from your dad. Yeah, what's going on? I think I saw Chris Luna come in here straight out of Compton, or straight out of Compton, straight out of Utah. Crazy non-Mormon named Luna coming into music. I love it. Love it. Thank you, Chris. I love those coming in. How do I respond when the narc is manipulating our child in front of me? How old is your child? So when we're dealing with narcissists manipulating children, okay, we have to understand that your child's perception of things, you can create that yourself, but you have no control over how the other parent creates their perception. If you see they're being manipulated and it's working, you can just give them a dose of reality. You know, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, that never happened, let's go play. So age-appropriate responses, age-appropriate tactics. Mine is 1 and 7 and 8, my bad. So that's how old your kids are. And if you feel like they're manipulating your kids, you have to give them as much dose of reality as possible so that they don't get sucked into the gaslighting as well. You tell them what's real. You let them feel their feelings. You let them label their emotions. You let them regulate their emotions. JC, what's up? I'm so good. Right? Let them know that what they're feeling is real. Don't let them question their reality. Let them feel safe in the space that you're in. I heard this amazing sound on TikTok and I lip synced, or I used it in one of my videos, which is, who you are today is the person you would have felt safe with as a kid. The person you are today is the person you would have felt safe with as a kid. Think about that. Think about that for a second. You have a chance to feel safe, your inner child, and also the children that you parent, right? Can you explain that? The person you are today is the person you would have felt safe with as a kid, meaning that's your authentic self. That's who you are. Is it normal to feel bad for the narcissist because of their childhood? It's normal to feel bad and have compassion for anyone. Yes, absolutely, that is normal. You are a human being with a beating heart, a caring, loving heart. This is why the narcissist chose you. This is why they want to be you. The reason why narcissists stick with us for so long is because they want to be just like us. That's why we have the great exchange in a relationship. Somebody comes around, and if they're narcissistic, they come around and they mirror all your qualities. You're up here and they're down here. And they're sucking all your energy, sucking all your qualities, right? And, oh, somebody needs to get blocked. Bye. I don't know. Are you a mod, Brittany? No, you're not. Interesting. So they start down here, you start up here. They start sucking all of these qualities from you. They start sucking all your energy. They start mirroring you. They start pretending that they're exactly like you. Oh, we're this, we're that, right? And then all of a sudden you start to lose a little bit of yourself. Mod status, what's up? Hey, Justin, what's going on? And you start to exchange that energy. And then they get to this place where they're a little higher than you, and now you're down here, and you feel like you're not yourself anymore. Right? They're basically taking your qualities and all that kindness, all that compassion, all of those authentic qualities, they take that from you so that you lose a little bit of your authentic self. And they're up here and you're down here. That's why a lot of people who I deal with, when I work with them one-on-one, they say that they're not themselves. They feel like a shell of a human being. They don't feel like they are in control of their lives because of being financially controlled, manipulated, used, abused. They're questioning reality. They've been gaslit this whole time, right? And so all of these things happen, and basically you're not feeling like you anymore. So of course it's normal for you to care about somebody and care about their childhood, but you have to understand you are also affected. You also have trauma, whether it's in your childhood or in this relationship. We've all been through things. It doesn't give us an excuse to abuse. Well, what are you asking here? Being controlled? I heard once something called healthy narcissism. Yeah, so our narcissistic traits some of them are also healthy, and it's okay to access narcissism within ourselves because we are all on the spectrum. Narcissism is actually on a continuum. So it's all on a spectrum, right? There are people who are higher on the spectrum and lower. Hi, Denise. People who are lower on the spectrum of narcissism can access healthy narcissism. You know, the ability to take risks, the ability to push forward, to have confidence instead of full-on arrogance and feeling like you are special and unique and you're above everyone else and you're entitled. But the ability to push forward, to be motivated, to get shit done. You know, that can take a healthy level of narcissism. And some of us have that, and that's okay. And sometimes we can access a little bit of narcissism just so that we can, you know, some of us are selfish. How many of us here have done something just for ourselves and just maybe manipulated a situation to get away with it so that we could serve ourselves? I've done it. You know, we're not all saints here, right? We've done it, but there is this level of guilt or shame or some sort of regret or remorse where we do feel bad about it a little bit while it's happening. We don't feel entitled to that type of manipulation. And sometimes it's unethical and sometimes we can manipulate ethically. But it's not at the level where we're repeating patterns over and over and over again and abusing people, which is what a narcissist does. They repeat a pattern. They see that it works. They get this supply. They go, yeah, I lied. I got away with it. Perfect. I'm going to do it again. Okay, I'm going to lie again. I'm going to cheat now. Get away with it. Great. Now I'm going to lie, cheat, and I'm going to steal now. Okay, great. I see that she is or he is deteriorating and they're not feeling like themselves and I feel more powerful. Okay, now I'm going to abuse them and devalue them and call them names and belittle them. Okay, great. Now we're going to turn this up and let's do verbal assault. Let's do physical assault, right? Let's sleep deprive them. Let's change their whole reality and lie to them every day and make them feel crazy. And then blame them for wanting to take their power back and get their life back. Blame them and play the victim. Now this is a pattern. A pattern, and then it starts with all that abuse. And then when you go out and try and live your life and try and take your power back and start to recognize that you're not happy here, boom, they're happy and they're apologizing and they're making false promises and they're promising you the world and they're back to love bombing you and you're back in the cycle again. And that's the repetitiveness of narcissistic abuse. That's the cycle of abuse that continues on and on and on and on. What's happening here? Feel free to block anyone that's being weird in the comments, anyone who's modding. That's what they're all about. Lie, cheat, and destroy. Absolutely. Can narcissists ever change? This is a really good question, Mama. And so here's the thing with narcissists. Yes, they can change. The answer to that will always be yes, they can change. Reason, thank you for the rose. A narcissist will change. Absolutely. But they have to want to change. That's the better question. Does the narcissist want to change? Thank you for the love badge, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing to my lives. Really appreciate it. A narcissist has full capability of changing. Full capability of changing. Do they want to change? Right? Most of the time the answer is no. Why do they not want to change? Because what they're doing is working for them. Why would they want to change if everything works? They're manipulating you and they're getting supply. It works. They say sorry and you come right back. It works. You're stuck in the relationship. You don't feel like you can leave. It works, right? You start feeling low about yourself and they start getting high on the abuse, on the supply. Why would they want to change? There's no pain point there, right? They're not hurting. They're not hurting in any way. They're hurting you, but themselves are not hurting. So can a narcissist change? Sure. When they feel the pain. How do we get them to feel the pain? We cut off their supply. We take our power back. We stop talking to them. We get rid of them. And maybe they'll change. But we don't need to worry about what they're doing for them because that's their journey. There are self-aware narcissists who are amazing on this platform that I work with. Thank you for subscribing. And if you do a little bit of research on some of the narcissists that are out here talking about their journey. Okay, so Sam Vaknin on YouTube, HG Tutor, also on YouTube, Raw Motivations, Ben Taylor on TikTok and all platforms, as well as Lee Hammock of Mental Healness on TikTok and all platforms, all talk about what this is, what this disease, like this disorder is, and how it affects their lives and how they've changed and their journeys of changing. But I'm telling you, it's not common. And this isn't to give you hope. This isn't to give you hope that the narcissist in your life is going to change. It's to give you perspective that narcissists will always be narcissists. What they need to do is cope with their disorder and take accountability and be vulnerable, which is what these self-aware narcissists are doing. So does a narcissist want to change? Absolutely. Or does a narcissist change? Absolutely. Will they want to change? That's the bigger question. You've helped me find the strength and believe in myself. I'm so happy. If you're just tuning in here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor. I am a life coach, certified life coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. And my next one is coming up on September 25th. It's almost sold out. So if you want to join that group, it would be a really, really, really great group. I haven't come up with a topic yet, so I'm still looking at all of the registrations that come in, and there's a little spot saying if you want to talk or discuss a topic, you can put it in the little comment section. I'm thinking we either might talk about cognitive dissonance or trauma bond, but those are just some ideas. If there's something you want to talk about, we still have until the 25th to get a topic on the go. And yes, shout out to the Narc app, guys. If you want to be part of a really great community, obviously my community is amazing, but having a bunch of different modalities and a bunch of different ways of healing in this community is a great place to start when it comes to your healing. You can join the Narc app, which stands for Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Community. And narcapp.com just launched. It has all of the features of the actual app itself, so you can download the app, but you can also use it on your webpage. If you go to the link in my bio under download the Narc app, Raw Motivations Narc app, you can see it there. And My Healthy Dating After Abuse is on there. Oh, there's my pictures. Thank you. The Narc app to download is free. Absolutely. There are levels, so you can get to different courses on a subscription base. So that community has in-app paid promotions. What did I miss here? Some really good questions coming in. So someone here is asking, can you talk about hoovering? Yeah, absolutely. So who knows what hoovering is? What's a hoover? Hands up if you know what a hoover is. When it comes to narcissistic abuse, what does that mean when we say hoover? Nope. What does that mean, right? Dropping by to say hello. Hi, Jasmine. Vacuum, yeah. Vacuum. So I'm taking this vacuum here, this imaginary vacuum, and I'm sucking you back in. A narcissist will suck you back into the cycle of abuse, just like a Hoover vacuum. So when you've had enough, when you've been fed up with this abusive behavior, when you start to feel like these are just breadcrumbs, I don't feel safe, right? I don't feel like I can be me. I don't feel like I, have any autonomy in this relationship. I feel like I'm pulling away from my authentic self, and you start to leave and you go away, when you start to take your power back. What happens? The narcissist starts to lose their grade A supply. They start to realize what they've done, and they'll find a way to hoover you back. So even if you've gone no contact, and we can talk about that as well, even if you've gone no contact, they can come to you with some stupid thing. You left your shirt at my house. Can you come pick it up? Or, hey, I was in the hospital. I was just in the hospital. I was sick with COVID. Or, I've just been thinking about you, and I've just kind of thought about our relationship, and hey, let's get married. Here's a proposal. They'll do whatever it takes to get you back stuck in the cycle of abuse. They'll make promises. They'll apologize for shit you never thought they would even apologize for. But apology isn't an I guess I'm not narcissistic because I'd never do those things. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Okay, it's back. I don't know what happened there. But they will hoover you back with lies, more manipulation, and tactics to try to get you back into the cycle of abuse so that you're stuck in this hope cycle again. And it starts with love bombing, right? That's how we get sucked into these relationships. This is why we can't leave. It takes, on average, domestic violence statistics say that it takes about 7 times average for a survivor to actually, leave the relationship completely. They would go back 7 times before they would actually realize that something here needs to change for good. That there's always this cycle, these patterns where they're sucked back in and hoovered back. So that is what a hoovering technique is. Did no contact for 2 months, then unblocked him after he kept calling me private there again now. Yeah, they do these weird things now. It's like a violation almost. You try to get rid of them. You try to go no contact. Getting you to, show up here, pick this up, sign that. If you've married a narcissist, the divorce can take a really long time because they're trying to push it and just, they won't sign, or they're trying to ask for this, and then they're weirdly nice sometimes. I know my ex, he had these really weird bouts of communication in our mediation where he would be really nice and he'd start sending sending me nice emails, and just after he would tell me that I'm worthless and that I'm never going to make it out there and there's no way and he's going to ruin me financially, and then he'd show up to mediation and say, "Oh, Ro is the best mom in the world. I took the kids swimming yesterday, and this person came up to us and said, 'Wow, you have such beautiful kids. What a beautiful family.' And you know what I said? I said, the best part is their mom." Like, he would say stuff like that to me when we were already separated. And I know that I didn't know at the time, but now I know these were hoovering techniques. He was trying to get me sucked back in the cycle to see if I would bite. Absolutely not. He won't divorce me. Oh my God. He said he wanted to, but now he fights everything. Yeah, that's what they do. Because they still want that form of control. So all of this is a form of control. When they start to lose control, that's when things start to kind of go crazy. Like they'll run smear campaigns. They'll get you, feeling like you're inadequate. They'll start questioning your parenting, your ability to do your job, whatever your job is. They'll start smearing you to your friends and family. And sometimes it works. Sometimes we start questioning ourselves if we are worth it, if we can make it on our own. And a lot of the times, unfortunately, some of us go back. We do go back once we've made the decision to leave. Hunter, how's it going? So yeah, if you're new here and you're popping in, I'm doing a little bit of the Q&A. We're talking about why we stayed and how come it's so hard to leave a narcissistic relationship. Again, my name is Ro. I'm an abuse survivor of 15 years with a narcissist, and I'm also a certified life coach. So I offer one-on-one coaching. I offer group coaching. I also offer text packages for anybody who is going through like a court case or just needs a little bit of help not getting hoovered back into the cycle of abuse, might maybe need help staying no contact. And I can give you daily tips, words of advice. You can just message me privately through a text package. So all of that, it can be found on the link in my bio if you do want to work with me individually, you want to work with me one-on-one, or if you want to join our group community and be part of that monthly group coaching where we do this in a setting of 25 people. Where you get to speak. You actually have a camera. It's on a Zoom call. So you will be sitting there and you can share if you want to, or you don't have to, but it's something that brings you into this community so that you don't feel alone. Because how many of us here felt really alone, really isolated, really separated from everyone else in the world, almost as if like you were the only one having to survive this abusive relationship. Like you were the only one that went through this. Like it felt, for me anyway, it felt so. I remember saying to her, when my ex and I first split up, and I was like, yeah, I was pretty abusive. Like I'm glad I'm out of there. And she'd be like, what do you mean though? Like he was just mean? He's kind of a mean guy, sure. I've dated mean guys before. I'm like, well, I couldn't buy $5 cheese. So... And I always had to ask permission to leave the house. Oh, yeah, he was really mean, hey? Like, he just controlled every part of my life. Oh, really? Like, yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, he was kind of, he was funny. That's what she would say. He was funny. I'm like, yeah, everything was different behind closed doors. I just didn't feel safe in my home. You try to explain that to someone who's never been in a toxic relationship. You try to explain that to somebody, right? I stand by what I said. Don't let the narc abuse you. What did you say? But I mean, explaining this to someone who's never been in a toxic relationship it's really difficult because that's what keeps you isolated. It feels like nobody understands you. So, some of us here have created spaces for people to be in groups of people here that have this understanding of what you went through. Having a support group. I do have a Facebook support group if you'd rather just do an online support group. And obviously the membership is free. It's on Facebook. You can go to the link in my bio and sign up for the Facebook support group where you can share what's going on in your life. You can share what you're going through right now. You can meet people in this community. I also offer group coaching. So this is our way to be in community with people. This is our way to align with others that are healing as well. Because this type of abuse is really hard to heal from if we don't know what it is. I still feel alone. You guys have helped me so much, and you are not alone at all. I've just ended my toxic relationship. Why does it hurt? It is painful, and this is why you're making changes. This is why I say narcissists can change. They just don't want to change because it's not painful enough for them. You want to make a change. The pain is a good thing. I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel like you're in pain because you've ended a narcissistic relationship, or because you've been discarded, or because the relationship discarded itself, or it ended, or you're in it, you're healing, whatever it is you're going through, I promise you this pain that you're in, it is temporary. It's not something that lasts forever. The fact that you're in here right now, the fact that you're asking these questions, the fact that you're in here chatting with a bunch of survivors and being in this community is a sign that this is a hump that you're going to get over. This is temporary. This beautiful, complicated mess that you're in, this snowflake. If you look at a snowflake, you ever look at a snowflake and think how complicated, how beautiful, how chaotic. You know, sometimes snowflakes have all these crazy little designs in it, right? You look at that snowflake and you look at it, and all of that complication, all of that beautiful chaos just melts away. It's temporary. This beautiful chaos that you're in that's so confusing, that's hard to articulate, hard to look at. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. You're grieving it. It goes away. It melts away like a snowflake, okay? Just understand that you are here now and give yourself kindness and grace that you're healing. I passed my 3-month mark and I passed my 1 month no contact. Yay! Snaps to you. Snaps to your freedom. Congratulations. Crying is healing. Oh, thank you for the necklace. I appreciate you. Thank you, Reason. Yeah, crying is healing for the body. Crying is really good, right? But here's how we know the difference. When we are crying and trying to hide it, how many of us have cried ourselves to sleep as quietly as possible? Because the narcissist is right there sleeping with us. Many times, too many times to count for me. Me right now, right? I have to work in the morning. Quiet. What are you crying about anyway? God, you're so sensitive. You cry all the time. Okay, I'll just try to be quiet. Or wipe your tears and pretend that you're not crying, right? He's not here anymore, but I did that before. Yeah, I used to do that too. And even with the CPTSD, shortly after, some of that residue of the abuse slips in to your free life, where I was even trying to cry quietly by myself. And then I had to check myself and go, oh shit, wait, he's not here anymore. I don't have to quietly cry. You've helped me feel not alone so much, Ro. Oh, Brittany, I love you, girl. You are not alone. Anybody who's in here, I'm with you. I understand what you went through. If you are you're in a community of people who understand exactly what you went through, who understand exactly what the trauma bond is, who understand exactly what a hoovering technique is and what the cycle of abuse looks like, and all the different ways that a narcissist abuses us and hurts us. Hi, Ro. SJ's in the house. Hello. Welcome in. I was afraid to fall asleep because I didn't like the way I was breathing. He didn't like the way you were breathing, right? Guys, even existing bothers a narcissist. They hate the fact that we even exist. When we're in the devaluation stage, all they want to do is like come down on us for absolutely everything, for breathing, for looking in their direction, for not looking in their direction. Right? There's absolutely nothing we can do to please a narcissist. And I do have clients that ask me, you know, I do everything for them. Why don't they love me? Why don't they give me this? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Hi, Jen Marie. What's up, beautiful? Do narcissists actually love us? You know, that's a really good question. And that's something that we have to kind of come to terms with. Is that really love when they're showing us completely opposite of what they're saying? When they tell us they love us and then they cheat on us, when they tell us they love us and then they hit us, when they tell us they love us but then they call us all these names, is that love? How are they showing us that they love us? There's one thing to say you love something, right? But you got to show it. Because love is a verb. Love is a verb. And just so you know, spoiler alert, I'm getting merch. I've been working with my VAs, my virtual assistants, to work on getting merchandise. So yes, I'm getting merch, Rollercoaster of Love, little books and hats and you know, journals and pens and whatever else. And love is a verb is going to be on there, all right? Trademark. And Rollercoaster of Love, obviously. But I want you to know love is a verb. Congratulations, thank you. I know this wasn't a step in my business I was going to take. It was going to fully be coaching and you know, group coaching and online courses and stuff like that. But I just figured, why not? I mean, I'll use a book. But it's nice to have that reminder to know that love is a verb. Love is what we do, not what we say. You can say you love something. What is love to you anyway? What does that mean? When I say the word love, what does that mean? What's up, Kat? I'm so thrilled for you, babe. Thank you, girl. Right? What does that mean? When I say love, the word love, what does that mean to you? What are some things that come to mind when you think of love? When you think of the word love, when you think of the feeling love, the concept love, whatever that is, love means respect. Yes. Okay. What else? Care for you and you're there. Yeah, absolutely. They care for you. They're there. It's nurturing, right? Love is kindness, right? Ro babe, what's up, Italia girl? How's it going? Love is loyalty, right? Never been in love. Okay. Have you ever loved something, though? Maybe not been in love, but ever loved something? Love means emotionally and physically. Love is unconditional. I literally can't think of anything I don't know what love is. Sometimes you don't know what love is, right? Love is honesty, right? Tired as fuck laying in bed. Yeah, I'm sitting in bed, and I'm tired too. But I do have to go live for content, obviously. Love is patience. Love is kind. Okay. Being able to relax. You loved your dog, right? Love is doing what you're saying you're going to do. Love is being your word. Loving is being your word, okay? What do all these things have in common? Being kind, being respectful, loyal, all of these things, what do they have in common? I love my plants. I love my kids. You love my pets, even my plants. Love is respect for yourself and the ones you love. Love is acceptance. Love is boundaries. What do all of those things have in common? You have to embody these things. You have to actually do them. You can't just go up to somebody and say, I'm kind to you. Hi, I'm kind to you. And walk away, right? You don't just say, hi, I'm kind to you. What's up? I'm loyal to you. That means shit. You actually have to be loyal. You actually have to be kind. How do you show up for someone when you're kind? How do you show up for someone when you're loyal? Right? How do you show up for someone when you're being respectful of their boundaries? Right? Consistently. How do you show up for them consistently? The way we love is the way we show up for people. We don't just say we love something and someone. We don't just say, hey, I love you. How do you love me? Right? How do we love ourselves? How does that word love translate? How do we show up in love? You have to show up in love. You can't just sit there and say it. You show up with your actions. Actions is something that we do, not something that we say. So when a narcissist tells you they love you, how are they backing it up with their actions? Yes, yes. Who's resonating with this? How much sense is this starting to make when you think about the narcissist, the words they say and the things they do? How many times did that just never match up? Right? Were you like, wait, what? You say you love me, but why are you cheating on me? You say you love me, but I caught you in a lie and now I'm the one apologizing. How is this love? So earlier the question was, can a narcissist love us? Do they really love us? If they're doing the things they say they are going to do, if they're showing you kindness, if they're being loyal to you, if they're being authentic and generous. I'm not just talking financial generosity. I'm talking about being generous with their time, their energy, their investment. I'm talking about being generous with what you share, how you speak, the way you care for someone, that type of generosity. You know, are they respectful of your boundaries? How are they showing up for you in love? If they're not doing those, does that narcissist love you? Do you think that? Actions speak louder than words. Exactly. Right? They tell you they love you one day, the next day they don't. If they tell you they love you one day and then the next day they cheat on you, or they lie to you, or they manipulate you, or they control you, or they devalue you, actions speak louder than words. Hey, Mom! It's my mom in the chat. Hi, Mom. Call me V. That's my mom. Actions speak louder than words. Exactly. The actions have to match up. If the actions don't match up, that's not love. That's manipulation. That's confusion. Everyone's saying hi to my mom. Hi, Mom. Do all narcissistic people say they're in love? Maybe. I don't know what all narcissistic people say, but what I do know is that a lot of people that come through my, we'll call it my office. I do Zoom calls. So I'm a certified life coach. So again, if you're just tuning in, let's do this. Roll this back. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor of 15 years, and I also have a certification in life coaching. I help people heal from narcissistic abuse. I do one-on-one coaching, and I offer group coaching, as well as text packages and other services. I have a course called Healthy Dating After Abuse that is launched on the Narc app, which you can download on the link in my bio. And I'm working on some other new things. I have a podcast that has been, there's 2 episodes now, and every Thursday we're releasing a new episode. That's also on the link in my bio. I'm also on YouTube for longer videos, and I'm on Instagram as well as Facebook. So you can find me on all of the platforms. What I do is I spread awareness about narcissistic abuse, how to heal from it, and how to build community around being in this space where you're no longer alone, where you feel comfortable to talk about it. So can a narcissist love? This is the question that has been coming up a lot. Does a narcissist say that they're in love? A lot of narcissists, a lot of people who come through my office or have a session with me talk a lot about how the narcissist in their life told them that they were in love with them. But how could they deceive me this way? How could they cheat on me? Why would they just dump me and discard me and throw me in the trash like I'm nothing after everything that we've been through? You know, has a narcissist ever said to you, after everything we've been through? 15 years, 15 years, 14 years, 14 years, and then also 3 years of separation abuse with a narcissist that I married. But the narcissist tells you that they love you in order to manipulate you. That's what they say. They might say they're in love with you on the first or second date. They might actually tell you that they are your soulmate. They might tell you some shit like, we are twin flames. We are meant to be together. We're destined to be together. They might actually say shit like that to you because they're trying to manipulate you. Hey, Menace, what's going on? This is your new artwork account? All right, well, let's follow you. Is this brand new? So what if I was the narcissistic person? Can you help with that? I actually don't deal a lot with people who are self-aware narcissists or coming through some of that realization, but I do have friends in the community that are self-aware narcissists that actually help people who are narcissists, who are, coming up and being vulnerable and saying, hey, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've done. So I would take a look at raw motivations, take a look at mental healness, and really get yourself into therapy. If you think that maybe you have some of these tendencies and you might be hurting others, that could be something that you look at really in a vulnerable way and really look deep inside and get into this space where you can see who you are and what you've been doing and self-reflect. That ability to self-reflect takes a lot of strength and power to be able to look back and take a catalog of all the things that you might have done to hurt others and take a look at yourself and do some of that work. That takes an amazing amount of strength. So if that's something you feel like you need help in that area, I'm very proud of you. I would seek, therapy and take a look at the 2 self-aware narcissists that are in the community that I work in, the Narc Avengers, mental healness and raw motivations. But absolutely, you can be treated and you can help cope with the condition if you're in that space. Today marks your 2nd month free. Yes, snaps to you, freedom snaps. Okay, so you think it's possible? Absolutely, I think it's possible. Because mine thinks that the counseling made him different. I'm not willing to take the risk. Yeah, and sometimes narcissists will actually manipulate counseling. So you have to be really careful with that. That's something that a narcissist might just say, hey, I checked it off the list, went to counseling, went to therapy, I'm okay. What's your problem? I'm the one that went to therapy. Are you going to go to therapy for your shit? My therapist says this, my therapist says that. And sometimes they actually manipulate the therapist. So there's something you do need to be careful in that sense if they say they go to therapy. Going to therapy, apologizing for the things that you've done, saying just sorry, and making these promises and being nice for a moment isn't enough for us to actually see change. We need time. We need real behavioral change. We need patterns to stop. That's how we know if someone has changed. As a life coach, I don't tell you to end your relationships. I'm not here ending relationships left, right, and center. A lot of people fear that that's what I'm doing here. I'm not here to end relationships. I'm here to end abuse. I'm here to help bring awareness to abuse and end abuse, not relationships. If someone who's an abuser can turn around and understand what they've done and cope through some of their behavioral issues and be authentic and vulnerable and take accountability and responsibility for their shit, for their partner, I'm all for that. But know that it's not the be all end all. There actually has to be some lifelong changes and continually working on yourself all the time. That's how we end abuse, is we have to put light on it. We have to shine a flashlight on it and look at it and go, this is what it is. What are we going to do about it? I don't care what your therapist says. What are you going to do about the fact that you've got 3 girls on the go right now? What are you going to do about that, right? So this is something that this whole space, this whole cause, this whole game that we're doing here on Narc Talk and narcissists and learning about narcissism is to end abuse. This is the goal. This is what the cause is. He sent it to me, had the audacity of saying, what did you learn? How to not be a psycho? Wait, what? They want you to let go of what they've done in a day or so. Oh, I know. So narcissists live in this kind of like this little box of time where they feel as if they're entitled to one little moment. And if it's too much for them, they shut that shit down. And if you try to bring it up again, we can't talk about the past. Like, that happened. Leave the past in the past. Why are you always bringing that shit up? Even if it happened 7 minutes ago. Can you talk more about separation abuse? Yeah, post-separation abuse exists when 2 people separate and there's something that's locking them in. So I said this in a live a long time ago, which there are 3 ways that a narcissist can trap you in a relationship, trap you in the cycle of abuse. One of them being have kids with you. The second one is get married to you. And the third one is get in a financial connection with you. So either buy a house or go into business together, sign on a car loan, whatever these things are. So those are the 3 ways to trap you in this relationship. Now, when you leave a narcissist and you separate from a narcissist, what could happen is they will use one of those 3 things or all of those 3 things to further control and abuse you. So not only do you feel like you can actually disconnect from this, you can't actually disconnect from this person because you got to get divorced, or you have to co-parent with them, or you have to get off this lease, loan, whatever it is, you have to legally disconnect. And that takes work. So they can control the narrative and control you in all these ways while they're separated from you. So that is a post-separation abuse. That is undermining your parenting. That is taking too long or throwing in all of these little loopholes and hurdles to sign the divorce to try to keep controlling you, right? That is threatening to take, all of your money or get you into debt and all of these financial threats on top of it. So however they have you locked in the relationship, they can use that now to abuse you through litigation or just post-separation abuse in general, a form of control and manipulation. Threatening your job, that's another thing too. So having them too close to you personally, so you're connected with kids, you're connected through marriage, or you're connected financially, that is a way that they can still have that control over you. It's like the abuse doesn't just end when you walk out the door. You have to deal with post-separation abuse. Sometimes that's even worse because they are no longer getting anything else from you. They're not getting sex. They're not getting, maybe they are, I don't know. But they're not getting this emotional supply from you. They're not around you all the time and fooling you and using you as a conquest to be able to get their supply. They're not doing that anymore. So they have to manipulate you even harder. They have to control you even harder. So post-separation abuse, a lot of people say that it's a lot harder. There's no middle ground. You got this, girl. Oh my God, this is me, all of it. Undermining my parenting, not signing the divorce. Yeah, this was me too. This is still me, really. The best thing you can do, if it's possible, work with a coach, work with a therapist. You can work with me, watch content and learn how to go no contact. No contact is probably one of the best tools that somebody can do to save themselves really from narcissistic abuse, to really take your power back and get to a place of strength again. He disappears, leaves me alone for 2 to 3 months, then comes back again. The Hoover, trying to Hoover you back into that abusive relationship, right? Yes, no contact is the way to go. Yes, yes, yes. He disappears, leaves me alone. Oh, 2.5 years and COVID stuck me. Yeah. Listen to this woman, people. She is 100% go no contact. Going no contact saved my life, honestly. Probably saved my sanity, and that's really saving my life. So I am so grateful for myself that I went no contact. This is what happens when we go no contact. And it's not as easy, right? You can't just go no contact, right? I have had to put things in place to do this, and thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate always the gifts. I appreciate the subscriptions. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, everyone who's subscribing. How to get to this place of no contact takes work. It does take a little bit of planning, and I can help you with that. If you are looking to work with a coach like myself, I can help you go no contact. I can help you deal and cope through the abuse and through the post-separation abuse, or even just get you out or help you recover from a trauma bond. But going no contact can give you this strength, give you this space to build the muscle to be able to take your control back and to stand up to your abuser and not be manipulated by them, right? Just to say, hey, F off. No, I'm not putting up with this shit. So that the more and more time we have away, the more space we have away from the abuser, the easier it is for us to understand who the fuck we are and get to this place of strength and go, wait a minute, I'm a person. The person I was before this relationship is still there. I'm still here. You're right. Hide your browser history up. Okay, my loves. So it has been an hour, and I give myself this boundary of 1 hour. I am going to go live on Instagram, and I don't know if my connection is, 'cause I feel like it's slower or something. But I am going to go live on Instagram for an hour as well. So if you want to, you can go on Instagram, follow me there, and check me out on that end. I will let you know and leave off with, I do offer one-on-one coaching. I also offer group coaching, and I do a monthly group coaching session every single month. The next one that's coming up is September 25th. So if you want to sign up for that, you can go to the link in my bio. Stay strong, girl. Yes. And you can follow me on all the other platforms if you want to see longer videos. I'm also on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram, I will be live on there for an hour chatting about the same stuff. But thank you for being here, and I appreciate all of you, and I want you to know that if you are free from the narcissist, or you are thinking about becoming free from the narcissist, remember this: the worst day on your side of freedom will still be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. Okay? So let's stay narc free. Love you guys. Bye.